right, assalamu alaikum to the Muslims. This is Trying to Elevate, and you're watching Between Fear and Hope. I'm also on Instagram, and it's late, but I just seen so much stuff on YouTube. I was at work, minding my business, doing some YouTube algorithm, showing me one thing after the next, and then next thing you know, I end up on this hearing about Mike Rashid beef with Myron from Fresh and Fit. Right now, mind you, the internet has apparently taken the side of Myron and went in on Mike Rashid and exposed them, saying he broke and et cetera, et cetera. I'm late. I typically don't keep up with the TikTok tea. I meant with the YouTube tea, or any tea for that matter. I try to focus on things that relate to Islam, but Myron is a Muslim, and although he was raised Muslim, and that, although he doesn't represent Islam at all, I figure I would chime in on this conversation and point out a few things that just got me so heated. Right now, I'm gonna start by saying that when I first seen the Fresh and Fit John, I was like, another Kevin Samuels Jr. clone, right? And but I'm the type of dude that I like to see black people doing things, whatever it is, like getting money, doing what they love to do. And I listened to a few episodes, and I was just like, it's similar to Kevin Samuels stuff in the sense that they trying to mimic it, or I think is what they thought his message was. One thing Kevin Samuels didn't do was, even though a lot of people share highlights where he, really went in on women, he wasn't disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? I could see that these dudes is very disrespectful, for number one, and for number two, it's giving incel. You know what I'm saying? It's really giving incel, right? Because the thing about a lot of these dudes, for those that don't know, an incel is a person who is involuntarily celibate, right? And in hood terms, they don't get no yams. You know what I'm saying? None at all, right? Now, of course, they are successful, so they got money now, so I'm quite sure that changed. But before the money and before all of that, I'm sure they was dudes that ain't getting no play, right? And I think this is an issue that we seeing online where people can, and I talk about this all the time, we starting to replace masculinity with money. A dude think just because he getting money that he's a masculine man, or a dude think that just because he is popular or whatever, that he is alpha, and all of these weird things, right? All of these weird, untrue. I'm just messing around with my focus. I don't know what's going on. There we go. Get the box on there, but the box is, I gotta put my eye on there so I can really get the focus. Cause I ain't mean to hit the focus. I meant to hit the zoom. My bad. Man, it's hard to focus with this blue. All right, that's good enough. Yeah, so I see a lot of these dudes, man. They get behind the camera and then they just become like these. They become these. The worst parts of everybody who they look up to, right? And especially like the Fresh and Fit dude, the dude Myron. He'll say anything that's going to get views on him, and a lot of us know this, but we still give these things views and reshares and all this other thing. And finally, now let me preface this though. So Mike Rashid came out and he finally addressed these dudes. Now I'm gonna preface this by saying that maybe a year and a half ago, I started to release a video coming at the dude Myron, right? I'm nobody. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm just another dude online, but just a lot of the stuff he be saying is so inflammatory and is always targeted towards, a lot of his aggression is targeted towards women, never men. Now, I know what type of dude he is. I knew what type of dude he was from the rip, and I know that in this space, these dudes are the norm. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things that one of my cousins told me, who was real into YouTube before I decided to make a channel. This was maybe like 2 or 3 years, maybe a bit longer than that, like 4 or 5 years ago. She was like, don't do it. And it wasn't because she was hating, but she was saying like YouTube, the space is really, really weird. It's real weird. People be doxing people kids and all this other stuff. And a lot of the stuff that they get into, you're gonna have an issue with, and you'll end up hurting somebody. So I'm like, man, I don't care about what nobody do in another state. Not really realizing that how toxic the YouTube and how messy the space is, right? So so I did. I started seeing a little bit of it, and I was like, you know what, maybe cause right. But then for a long time, I ain't see nothing, right? And I started thinking like, oh yeah, this only happened to people that do weird stuff. That's weird, or this only happened to people um who are who can't protect themselves, and that's just not true. The anonymity the anonymity of social media gives a lot of people a sense of boldness that they wouldn't normally have, right? Um, and Let me switch. Let me get out of here. Let me go to TikTok. It's John dry. This John is drizzy. Let me go. Yeah, let me just put this up there for now. Let me go to TikTok. Um, all right. Give me 1 second, YouTube. TikTok be popping all different times of the night. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so the title that I'm gonna put on that I put on IG and that I put on TikTok is Weirdos Obsessed with Black Women. And I don't get a lot of characters, so I'm gonna just put BLK Black Women. There we go. And I hope I don't get taken down for that, because a lot of these joints so super sensitive, right? So so finally, I'm gonna save all of that commentary for later. Finally, uh, Mike Rashid, who is a black man in the fitness space, finally came out and said something about Myron and how weird they are, and I wholeheartedly agree, man. Because I was gonna make a video talking about that, and I'm just like, man, he got a lot of fans. Ain't nobody really going. It ain't really gonna pick up no steam, and I don't really have a dog in the fight. But it very much bothers me the way that a lot of these dudes, not just him, a lot of these dudes just want to use black women as a punching bag. And it's like, make your points. Make your points. You can make your points without using black women as your uh at the expense of black women, right? Because a lot of the things that you are, even the way that you say it, right? Even the way that you say it, a lot of the talking points that you using, the way that you saying it is inflammatory. You could easily say that a lot of people take the worst characteristics, like I always say, that the LGBT community, a lot of the men in that community take the worst traits of black women, and they kind of they kind of wear those, the loud, the dramatic, like all of those different things, right? And that's very much a problem. But of course, black women always get the heat. And when you take a dude like, so what's up, TikTok? I'm talking about Mike Rashid coming at Myron, and basically the whole internet, or I don't say the whole internet, but all of the red pill dudes attack Mike Rashid. And what he's saying is nothing wrong with what he's saying. Like what's wrong with what he's saying? The dude is a fake Kevin Samuels, and he find the worst characteristics of black women, and then he used those as talking points and titles for his YouTube. and it's inflammatory. It's intentionally inflammatory, and that's all Mike Rashid was saying. So basically, I'ma just play this TikTok. Let me know if y'all can hear this. Y'all ain't gonna be able to see it, but y'all should be able to hear it. I'ma just play this. Yeah, here we go. Where the one with my screen? Sorry, y'all. Here we go. I'm just use the screen because I gotta redo my screens. I kind of messed them up, but yeah. So basically, this is what happened. So this is Myron. So Mike Rashid went on there and just talked about how he weird and he used these weird statistics. He gonna play everything.
So this all started off of this fucking.
So this Myron right? side of the story.
I make this clip. This is me activeness all the way at the bottom. Now, are all black girls ugly? Of course not. There's some hot ones, but it's a minority. And let's be honest here.
Now right there, let me stop. Right there, that's a lie. I don't think there's no man in the world that's going to tell you that black women aren't the most attractive women in the world. Like, point blank, period. Regardless if they want to marry him, regardless if they just want to screw, regardless if they just want to kick it. Everybody know that black women is at the top when it comes to attractiveness. So for him to say that only a few, the minority of black women are attractive, that was crazy.
Black woman's 187 pounds, loud, obnoxious, rude, fake hair. They've done studies on like a customer service, and black women rank the lowest for getting a customer service representative that's black, and then also waiting on a table of black women. So servers say they hate serving black women the most, and then people that call customer service say they hate dealing with black women the most.
Yo, if y'all can hear this on TikTok, can y'all just like put a 1 or something in the chat, or like a thumbs up, anything?
So I was like, bro, what the f is going on here, man? And then on top of that, black women don't have a general respect for masculinity because a lot of them grow up in fatherless households. They grow up being told, your daddy ain't, your ain't, then you listen to the music, and it's this like continuous and very pernicious cycle of just constant on men. So by the time she comes to you, she doesn't really have an appreciation or respect for masculinity, and most importantly, your authority. So she doesn't feel as though she needs to submit to you and follow you. So these are just some of the issues that plague the black community. Again, I want to be clear about this. Is this all black women? No, but we can't sit here and lie and say that it's not something that permeates throughout the culture and isn't endorsed, supported, and most importantly, encouraged.
Where do you rank black women in terms of attractiveness?
All right, so that was what he had to say, and this is what Mike Rashid responded to. Like, what black man wouldn't have an issue with you going onto a platform? And I guess this dude is a white supremacist that he talking to, because I remember he had a white supremacist on there, and Big Boy basically told him that, you know, if it go down, you gonna be on the chopping block too, and it's like he pandering to these, and he black. So, like, that's what I don't understand. Yo, TikTok, if y'all couldn't hear that, if y'all could hear that, just put a 1 in the jar. I'm going to play a little bit more. Put that 1, a thumbs up, anything.
So this clip, right, where I criticize black women in America, right? So after this clip goes viral on Instagram, he sends Sean Kelly this message, right?
So I'm not sure who Sean Kelly is. I'm going to look it up
there,
real
so I don't want to
quick.
show that. But he goes, Sean Mike Kelly, you're a
But
man.
I'm really not
I hope
sure
Myron Gaines is in
who
here too. If he ain't, tell him I said
Sean
he's,
Kelly
man, he said
is.
it again. Screenshot this and send it to him. Since y'all have no respect for the black woman, which in turn shows you have no respect for yourself, since black women are the mothers of all life and civilization, since y'all ain't got no respect, I have no respect for y'all. It's
Yeah,
all
share the
outpour
live
on you
too.
guys.
Get some
Use
other
another
people in
slur.
here. Preferably
Y'all
get
are
some black men in
pussies.
here
Sean
so
Mike
we
Kelly,
can see
you're a
what they
pussy because
say.
you don't have the balls to say what you want to say on your platform, so you get this goofy race trader, I'm on YouTube, to speak his piece
Right. So
on
he
black
and so from what I remember, Myron is black, but he's mixed. He's black and Arab, I believe. So I don't think he really identified with his blackness, right? And it's only until he started getting criticized that he started saying like we when he talk about black people. I'm about to look up Sean Kelly. All right, Sean Kelly, lessons in building wealth. Yeah, I guess that's the bull he had on there. So I'm not sure what he get into. He got some stuff on crypto. Sean Mike Kelly, is that him? The Republicans are racist white people. That's what that was. Yeah, it don't seem like he a racist. I don't know, but Mike Rashid was talking about how he pandered to how Myron panders to white people, which I've seen him do. White supremacists, not just white people, white supremacists. I'm gonna continue playing it.
The women that all other women mimic.
Share the
Tans,
live.
lips, injections, hip
Put
injections,
some ones
I
in
can't
there
go
if y'all can hear this.
I'd be nice to you nerds in public. Y'all be food in my old world, literally. Anyway, I'm officially putting y'all on notice.
And that's
Sean Mike Kelly, Myron Gaines.
That's exactly what I was going to say in my video when I reacted to this. It might have been this video, but actually it was the video when he made the girl cry. That's when I was about to respond to it. and make a video because I just don't see how so many people in the comments were just like, yeah, you know, just like kind of like agreeing with him and was like getting off on seeing him make this girl cry. And it's just like, and he like, oh, facts is facts. I understand facts is facts, but when you beat somebody on the head with information, it becomes a weapon. So if you have to weaponize your facts, then maybe you're not the right person to deliver them. You know what I'm saying? Because what grown man gets his kicks off of making a woman cry in general, but especially on a public platform, like that's what blew me the most. Like, and I was just like, a man need to check him. Now, I remember seeing a video with academics, and I think Mike Rashid was in that episode, and he got up and left. And of course, I don't watch their show. One of the things Mike Rashid said is he didn't know nothing about the red pill space or the manosphere before he went on the show. And I can see where he's coming from because I didn't either. I only learned about it as I started getting interested in doing the YouTube, and as I started to, you know, kind of push back against a lot of this red pill content, but also as I started to say some of the things that the red pill people say. And a lot of times us as people, we don't understand that two things can be true at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I could say that black men don't like when black women wear a weave, and a red pill can say that as well. And the red pill can have a different agenda or a different intention in saying it. I can really be saying it from a sincere perspective, and I could be saying it with the intention of inspiring black women to wear their natural beauty. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, you're always going to have people that disagree and that just want to do what they do, and they don't really care about the group. But for those people that do care about the group, this might be beneficial information. So I'm going to continue playing it.
Interesting spelling. Walter, all this disrespectful shit y'all speak on black women, you'll receive the energy back times 1,000. So obviously, he sends that message to Sean Kelly, right?
I got this on 1.25 speed.
What the fuck? Like, I literally thought that he got hacked, chat.
1.5 speed, sorry.
There's no way. Because Kelly sends me this shit like, bro, what is this? Isn't this your friend? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, he's cool. I get along with him. He's been on the show several times. And he sends me this message, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, no, that's not Mike's character. No way. I messaged Brandon. I literally had Brandon Carr. I was like, bro, is Mike okay? Like, did his account get hacked? He was like, nah, I haven't spoke to him, right? So, let me show y'all this. So he DMs me, right? And let me see if I can show y'all this. So he DMs me, right? And I'll kind of show you guys this real quick.
All right, so basically he's just going to show...
so he DMs me, right? And he goes, I've never met a person like you. I want to be white so bad. I turn a blind eye to some of the activities, but you're relentless. There's nothing you wouldn't do or say for attention. Well, you got it now, buddy. Attention. I'll see you around, buddy. And I go, this is how shocked I am. I'm like, no way, this is Mike. Did your account get hacked? Right? Because I'm like,
so now you're trying to act like, oh, he don't know what's going on.
Emotional behavior.
These dudes like this is dangerous, man. Dudes like this is dangerous because they'll push up on women. You see the videos of him like really being aggressive with women, and I think he pulled out a weapon on a woman one time. And you'll see dudes like this that's really, really aggressive with women, but don't have that same energy for men. And these the type of dudes that press charges because now when you return that same energy to them, they want to get the police involved, and they start saying that, like, it's very much a narrative online that men who use aggressive, like aggression or physical intimidation, are low emotional intelligence, low EQ, and that's just not true. This is the rules in manhood. The rules in manhood is you respect or you be respectful, or you get dealt with. That's just how it is in the real world. But these dudes like to hide behind that corporate veil and will project that energy to women. But then when a man put that energy on them, they trying to get the police involved. They want to press charges on you, and they won't miss a day in court. So you got to be careful, and you gotta avoid. You gotta stay out of that, or don't believe the narrative that aggressive men, that men showing other men aggression is deficient and is low EQ, because they're going to do that to trick you out the bag every time. They're going to go out there to be disrespectful, say what they want behind the veil of anonymity and social media. But when you see them in person, that energy going to change. And especially in a place like Miami, you know what I'm saying? These dudes just don't have no backbone.
And he goes, no, I'm not hacked. How dare you have your little monkey message my phone?
And they need to be put on notice, because it need to be, especially now with everything that's going on with Trump, people need to know out there that you can't just treat and talk to black women any type of way that you want. Us is going to be consequences, point blank, period.
He has a really bad day. I was like, what? What was he talking about? Right? Like, what is this guy talking about?
So now he's just going through this. He trying to play dumb like he don't know what's going on. And I was trying to see if he got hacked, and he going to go through the whole, I got your number, you got my number. He was on, hold on. He going to, this what Mike Rashid had to say about him.
Again, say, bro, is this you? Like, what's going on here? I go,
yeah, here we go.
On that phone, I literally liked it.
So now I'm going to play what Mike Rashid had to say about Myron. If y'all can hear it on TikTok, just let me know. Put a one in the chat or something like that, so that I can know y'all can hear it. Right now, he just showing, because y'all can't see it, he just showing that he texts Mike Rashid.
See, I can't even scroll up no more. That's it. So,
but what I really want to get into is how the internet attacked Mike Rashid as if he was wrong.
So he goes on the Bradley Martin Real Talk podcast, because I was going to dead it there. I wasn't going to go public about this. I was just going to leave it alone. I wasn't going to say shit. I was going to whatever, right? But then he goes on the Bradley Martin podcast. Remember, y'all saw the messages. He said, I don't need to make videos about you. What's this?
I had to check somebody the other day over that. The dude Myron with Fresh and Fit.
What happened?
I just seen a post. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, what was the post?
Talking about
intentionally disrespecting black women.
How black women are the lowest on the totem pole of attractiveness to him. I mean, black women wouldn't even look at you, but whatever. But also, this fool had like he did research on the weirdest statistics that are hardest to deal with in customer service. And why would you even research? Like, what? Who conducted that study? For one, it's bullshit. Anyway,
no, it's actually real. So right here. Right.
So now he's just gonna go through somebody in the comments, a bunch of weirdos in the comments.
It's proven. The full study, Moving Beyond Perceptions, Examining Service Disparities Among Consumers, was published in a journal of the Association for Consumer Research. You're still ignoring average 187.
One of his minions went in the comment and posted that it's real. Right? This is real research. And
this is all factual shit. What's his response to my facts? Oh, who researches that? That's weird. Like, bruh, the truth is the truth, man. Like, when did you become so sensitive? This
the type of dude that, you know what I'm saying, it's like the worst type of nerd, you know what I'm saying? You'll be real disrespectful to black women, and then when the black man stand up to you, put hands on you, then you be sitting there with a black eye like, but it was the truth, but I told the truth, they don't understand. And it's just like, all right, well, every time you figure it out, and until you figure it out, you know what I'm saying, you gonna wear that black eye.
Like, this is not the Mike Rashid that I know, bro.
Trying to make it seem like he emotional. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I checked.
Like, when you sit on your platform and talk about black women all day, that's not emotional.
I didn't think people like you existed, being black and hating themselves so much.
Bro, you've been on the show twice, and I've always had these views since 2022. And the other thing, too, is notice how he's not telling you guys about the threatening message he sent Sean Kelly. Like, bro, he literally was threatening me and Sean.
And so this is something that is narcissistic, right? Because a lot of times people, and sometimes it's unintentional, but a lot of times people will tell, like when you call them out on their BS, they'll be like, oh, but I told you, I put it on my page. Like imagine like somebody have like as Muslims we don't celebrate birthdays, but just imagine that somebody have a birthday party, right? And then when you see him, you're like, damn, why you ain't invite me to the party? Like, oh, I put it on social media. I thought you would have saw it. And it's just like it's the self-centeredness of thinking that it's the person's responsibility. Like, you want people at your party, but you put the responsibility on the person that you wanted to come to your party to find the information. And I put it on social media as if I'm sitting around looking at your social media all day. You see what I'm saying? This is something that self-centered people do, where it's like, oh, I talk about this on my show all the time. Dude, real niggas don't watch your show, bro. You do the same thing over and over. And one of the things Mike Rashid gonna say is that it's repetitive. It is. You bring girls on there who are young, don't really know nothing, don't really know too much about the world, and you ask them these complex questions that you know that they don't care about, or that they're not interested in. You don't bring experts there. You know what I'm saying? You a troll, basically.
Video. Let it threaten us over video, bro.
Right, because he shits on black people so much. He wears the Ku Klux Klan hood, like this is goofy.
Who wear a Ku Klux Klan?
I roast everybody. So what? I literally make fun of everybody. The fuck, man? I got demonetized for this shit. Like, bro, this guy is so fucking sensitive. It's crazy, bro.
I don't like you. A white racist dude will use you, but he don't respect you. And
that's irrelevant. What matters is that I stand for free speech. That's what matters.
So this is another thing. He say he stand for free speech, right? But I remember vividly when Sneeko was getting demonetized. He was the one. Sneeko was saying the same thing. I believe in free speech. I want, I feel like I need to be saying this. I'm waking people up from the matrix. He was saying some of the same stuff, and he was like, "Man, I think it's dumb. I think it's dumb that you're gonna lose your platform so that you could be the person to stay." And Fit was getting on it. Like, it's dumb to lose your platform just so you could be the one and stand up for free speech. Now all of a sudden you saying that you believe in free speech and that's why you got demonetized. Nah, that's not why you got demonetized. You got demonetized for being inflammatory. About to see if I can find a video. Myron and Sneeko finally realized they made a big mistake. Let me see if this is it. I'm about to try to show y'all the video where hold on. About to see if I can show y'all I didn't even realize I was that close to the mic. I'm about to see if I can show y'all the video where he was the same one telling Sneeko, "Oh, don't do that. That's dumb. Why would you lose? Why would you risk your page?"
That's what he said. He's up at night. Angie's sleeping tight because she's, hey, the moment you stop providing, I'm a stepping.
No,
and y'all brought it on yourselves, right? So, she's.
That ain't it. The Ding Show. No, not the Ding. Where is it, man? Man, basically, they was sitting in the same room. They was all sitting together. And damn, why I keep getting so close to the mic? And then, he was basically telling Sneeko that he shouldn't risk his page just to be a truth teller. And now he trying to make it seem like, oh, I've risked my page because I was believing free speech and da-da-da-da-da. And these type of dudes is dangerous, man. I don't want to sit here and talk about this all day. I really want to get
to show how important free speech is. If you don't like that, fine. You don't have to. Them boys. I've been doing this shit.
I really want to get to how the whole internet.
No.
So now, I don't know. I can't. I don't want to spend too much time on this, right? So basically, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us that in the last days there will be people. It will be the opposite, right? People will shame the truth teller, and they will praise the liar. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And he also, he gave us a lot of wisdom. But basically, he gave us other examples of how the opposite will be true. You know what I'm saying? And we really in those times where a man like Mike Rashid, who I don't really know much about him, but he stands up to a dude who's inflamed, who will say anything about anybody just to get attention, right? Which is just inflammatory, just polarizing. And that's a dangerous person because it's attention seeking for number one, but you can tell that the top priority is clicks and money. And this is a person that's advising our youth on how to move through the world. So now you have young people that think that you should objectify women and basically just treat them like a deck of cards where you can just shuffle through them until you finally get to the one that is most valuable. This is a very dangerous. Dangerous and damaging philosophy for our youth to carry, especially in the Black community, because we already fighting against so much, such as like the music industry and poverty, single parent homes, poor relationships, like all of these different things that we fighting against. We don't need another reason for young Black boys to objectify women. You know what I'm saying? but that's very much part of the red pill talking points, right? Now, one of the things that the internet is coming at Mike Rashid about is that, apparently he broke right now. And this is one of the things that they're trying to expose. And they saying that he trying to use this to get clicks, like as clickbait, and that he ain't say nothing before. Now, I can get behind that. Like, why did you choose to say something now and not before? Now, he showed proof that he reached out before, and you know what I'm saying, and he didn't get a response. I don't, that could be true. But he also has a platform. I seen another creator talk about how in the space they don't like to talk about they don't like to, get into conflict with each other because it's a fear of people choosing sides, right? And it clearly looks like that's what's happening now. But some of the things that Mike Rashid is saying, like I said, is some of the things that I can really get behind because all of us like normal everyday dudes and even people that's on social media don't necessarily know what red pill and the manosphere is and how big Fresh and Fit is in that space. If you don't watch their channel, if you don't watch people like them in that space, then you don't know how big this channel is and you don't know how inflammatory it is, right? And it would take for them to go viral and for you to hear the toxicity that they spewing, for you to be like, yo, this the same dude that I was sitting in a room with that was all timid, wearing pointy suede boots and skinny legs. Like, how dare you say some stuff like this, right? If I would have knew this, I'd have checked them back then. A lot of times you just don't know. That's why you got to be careful, man. And I said that on this channel before, is that sometimes you give people validity just by being in a space, and you don't really know what they into. Everybody's life is online, especially in the creation space, right? You gotta vet these people, man. You gotta like a lot of times we feel like it's genuine to just deal with people based on the vibe that you get when you meet them, right? But people so fake. Like, if you imagine, like, we all hear about how fake Hollywood is, right? Hollywood, how LA is so fake, everybody, and it's not just the fake breasts and the fake bodies and the fake hair and the lip injections. It's not just that. People will literally only get close to you because they think that they can use you to get in the next movie or to network and stuff like that in LA. This is what I've been hearing for 15, 20 years about LA. But now that YouTube is so expansive, that mentality is affecting a lot of people in this creation space, right? And this is something that a lot of us as newbies, like me being new to the space, is very unappealing to me and is very disrespectful to me, right? Like, for somebody to try to use me because I know this person, or use me because I'm from Philly and I might know your favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? If I find out that that's why you befriended me, I'm gonna feel not only disrespect, I'm gonna feel betrayed for number one, but I'm gonna feel disrespected for two. And that's very much why they have to paint this picture that people who use violence to solve their problems are have low EQ. Now, in some instances, that might be the case, but when it comes to respect, loyalty, and honor, that is a different story. You know what I'm saying? If you a man and I'm a man, and you don't respect me for on the simple fact that me just being a human, me being a person, but me also being a man, then you don't deserve that. You don't extend me that decency, I don't extend you that decency. You see what I'm saying? So we have to get back to a place where honor is upheld through the same tools that we would use offline. You know what I'm saying? We can't no longer be in there like, oh, dude, that's just how the Hollywood is, man. Just like on that episode of Martin, when he was like, Rerun, how many times you been invited to my house? He was like, many. And how many times have you actually been to my house? None. And what would happen if you show up to my house? I would probably get sprayed. Like, that's corny. You know what I'm saying? That's corny. So dudes like that try to lead with their money, try to lead with their status. You know what I'm saying? You gotta bring them back down to reality sometimes. And in reality, that can get you hurt. So I don't want to make this a long video. I just want to say that if you think that if you're going to criticize, if you're going to stand up on the wrong side, right, which is Myron's side, I believe, if you're going to stand on that side and you're going to criticize Mike Rashid, criticize him for not saying something sooner. Don't criticize him for being broke. You know what I'm saying? Because money is just a tool. It's meant to be spent. That's all it does. And it does. Money don't make the man. The man make the money. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. This is Fair and Hope. Peace.